Hey everybody, it's day 299 of Training Daily Excellence. My name is Brad Gieske. Today we're talking about knowing yourself. I just got my results back from 23andMe, and man, there's a lot of cool information in there. First off, I learned that I'm almost 100% European. I thought that I would hopefully have some African heritage as well, based on some traits and characteristics that my sister and some of my cousins have. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I also don't have Native American heritage, which would have been cool as well to connect to American and South America, but almost all European, which makes sense. I have blonde hair and blue eyes. But I also had some Neanderthal variants. So there's some Neanderthal in my bloodline. And one really interesting thing from the Neanderthal report, not only did it say that I have low incidence of back hair, low likelihood for back hair, which that's true, I don't have back hair, but it also said that if I ever get in a case where I'm sneezing, eating dark chocolate will decrease my likelihood to sneeze again. So that was really interesting, but that is part of who I am from my Neanderthal relative or relatives. And so there were also some other cool reports, and other things were cautions. So one interesting thing it said that I should wake up in my 20s based on my genetics around 8:27 a.m., which is really interesting. So I'm going to play with that a little bit and see if my body naturally wakes up at that time on some off day. And yeah, so that's what it was suggesting based on my genetics when I should wake up. Uh, Other weird things, they tested for a genetic variant or multiple variants that indicate whether or not I'd be able to smell the asparagus smell in my pee. And they said I was likely to have that, so I do have that. So that was pretty cool. Whereas other things like macular degeneration and Alzheimer's and things like that were more of things to be aware of. And so, although I don't have an increased risk for Alzheimer's, and I don't carry any of the things that would likely pass on specific diseases to my offspring, I do have a slightly increased risk for macular degeneration later in life. So my great grandpa got that when he was in his like mid or late 90s. So that's something that now that I know it, the same as if you're a soccer player and you know what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, I may be able to do something about it in the future. And you have to be the same in soccer. If you know that your left foot isn't as strong as your right foot, you gotta be able to do something about that, right? You gotta be able to prepare and know, okay, what if the defender pushes me to my left side? Now what's your solution? Okay? So that's something, it's really important to know yourself and know what you're capable of. Another thing that was kind of inspiring and kind of cool to hear is they test for genetic variants and seeing your muscle composition as well. So my muscle composition was matched for that of elite power athletes, which doesn't mean I'm going to be an elite power athlete, but does mean that I have the genetic potential to do something in that side. So it was for like sprinters and throwers and just different power based activities. So yeah, there's a lot of really really cool things that you can find out about yourself, either with professional tests like I just talked about, or just by listening to your body, listening to the world and how that world relates to you, and then not choosing those things as limitations, but make sure those things are empowerments. Seek out the things about you and find a way to make those great. Because no matter how you are made, there's a way to facilitate greatness with the gifts you have. For some people, greatness looks like playing in a professional game. Greatness looks like playing as an Olympian. Greatness looks like being the best player that has ever played. For others, that greatness is just the idea that, hey, I scored a goal. Because both are just as important. Everybody has a different capacity. Everybody has a setup that allows them to bring different gifts into the world, and you want to use those gifts to the best of your ability. So today, what I'm saying is find a way to be great with who you are. Find a way to amplify the greatness within you. Use your gifts, facilitate greatness in yourself, and in doing so, you'll be able to facilitate the same in others. Because greatness attracts greatness. People that want to do what you're doing naturally come to you. And the people that naturally want to do those things are the people that are gifted in those things. And so what you do is you build a community within and around yourself. And that community supports you and allows you to flourish and to fulfill your dreams. But it all starts with knowing who you are. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you tomorrow.